lean in.
What's going on, everybody? It is me again, and it is time to lean in, bitch. Welcome back to the lean. If you're back first time, welcome to the lean. We're here to discuss the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm here with some of my faves, Demisio, Jasmine, and we had Antonio, but I think he'll be having a little low budget, so he'll be back in a second. It seems to be common these days, along with monkeypox.
Oh my God.
No, I'm just talking. How you doing, Jasmine?
I'm fine, honey. It was a great week. I am blessed and black.
Okay. Demisio?
I'm doing good.
Antonio, how you feeling?
Hello, I'm doing good, Cortez. How you doing?
Come on there. Hello. Somebody uncle.
Well, I am an uncle now and a daddy.
You more of an auntie. You know, like an uncle versus just being an uncle. Okay, it's gonna be a good show because from this episode, it's not that the episode was good. I just feel like it created some good dialogue because in this episode, you know, Marlo and Kenya have been beefing for a while, for a very long time. And so in this episode, I feel like I have full clarity on where I stand and where I will continue to stand. But we'll get to that part later. Of course, if you're watching right now, go ahead and hit that like button to like this video and subscribe to the channel. As I say, every time we come live, this channel is really growing. We're up to 4 live shows a week: Atlanta, Married to Medicine, Beverly Hills, Ultimate Girls Trip. And the people are here to lean in. So grateful, happy, and proud not only of the Lean family, but everybody that's been with us for this journey. It's been a short, long, lengthy one, whatever you want to call it, but we getting up there. So you, like I say every week, y'all better get with us while we season 2 Nene, because we get season 9 Nene, season 10 Nene. We don't want it. We don't want it.
We still gonna welcome you in.
I'm just playing. We're gonna welcome you, child. We're gonna be real.
I'm just playing.
You know, season 10 Nene got a little crazy, so you don't really want that. You want to stay with us while we got the banana split dude.
Our sweaty straps and our
right. Okay, so in the last episode, Sheree had her feel good new party pajama thing or whatever, and it ended with a slight altercation between Kenya and Marlo. You know, they talked about Drew, the friend was there, and they brought up things that she found out about the alias. What's her name? Fatoon was her name.
Yeah.
She comes up again. But in this episode, they go on a trip to Blueridge. And funny thing is, I've been to Blueridge before. Jasmine was supposed to be there, but she didn't make it.
I get in it.
But Blueridge is a place right outside of Atlanta. It's going more towards Chattanooga, in between. It's kind of like right outside of Chattanooga, right? It's closer to Chattanooga than it is Atlanta. So it's in between that, you know, the area. And so that trip is a part of this episode. But at the beginning of the episode, we get a scene with Kandi and Kenya, which I thought was a very cute scene, seeing them, both their daughters, play. Because we see, you know, Blaze a lot, but I never really seen Blaze play. I never really see Candy's kids just play. So it was excited to see, you know, like her be out, and especially like Brooklyn being a little older. It was a cute scene. Did y'all have any thoughts on that scene before we get into like what they talked about?
It's good to see Kenya in kind of like that mom role. I guess earlier Kenya seasons, I was so used to seeing her always, you know, rah-rah or throwing shade or something like that. So it is really good to see her in her element with her daughter, which she loves so much, you can tell. So, yeah.
I agree with that. It gave me a lot to look forward to. Since I am getting older, I have worried about having kids at an older age, and it's really kind of like both of them, Kandi and Kenya. Although surrogate for Kandi doesn't really matter. Like, it just gives me some type of like assurance that it can still be done, and it's not like a big old thing. So I was like, you know, just as the woman of the group, I guess, like, I just wanted to just say that part about it. So it was good to see.
Look at Janet Jackson, honey. So it ain't never too late, baby.
Yeah. And one thing Kandi mentioned, she did say, you know, that, you know, she was there with Kenya when she was, you know, wanted to have kids, and, you know, Kandi had Blaze via surrogate. Right. So I guess not a similar journey, because Kenya couldn't have kids. She had to go through a journey. I think Kandi could. She just didn't want to carry a child. Is that?
Yeah, I think she
But
had.
Kandi had like a very kind of hard second pregnancy with Ace, so I think that's why she decided to do.
I think if she would have had the baby, she would have had to go through that fibroid surgery all over again. And I don't think she wanted to do that.
And honestly, that's just really just, you know, you might want the kid, but like just like with that Roe versus Wade shit, like if it can't happen and you are in danger of losing your life, like you shouldn't really be doing it. But I get the urge of wanting the kids and stuff. Like I said, it just makes me just like. Like, oh, okay, like, you know, just keep that hope alive. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm surprised Kenya didn't do that early, like do surrogacy like a long time ago.
Yeah.
So at the actual at the play date, you know, the kids are playing and you know it's all good. Kenya shares that you know she's having issues with Kenya Moore Haircare, specifically fulfillment and getting products and stuff shipped over. So she shared that, which I'm surprised she shared because you think she would want anybody to know she have any kind of issues, but I'm assuming it's because of the pandemic. Because I think most people who you know suppliers they have a lot of issues with that in general. So it wasn't new to me, specifically for her, yes. But Kandi talks about you know her conversation with Marlo that she had at the event about her sending the kids away, and this is Kenya's first time hearing about it. I guess you know obviously Marlo ain't talked to her. And she basically tells her that you know she says she took the kids over for a break, and she shares that she took in one of her cousins while she was raising Riley around that time too. Is that basically that's why she feels so strongly about it because she feels as though you know what I'm saying when you take the ownership of bringing someone in your house, home, child, whatever, that's just something that you put yourself to the side. In other words, saying Marlo is thinking more about herself than the child. And we talked about this last week. We're gonna get into it again because it comes up again. But what were y'all thoughts on Kandi sharing that and how she related it back to her and you know Kenya's reaction?
Oh,
go on, Jazz. I want to hear you first.
I really thought it was a cringy conversation. I did not like it because honestly, yeah, Kandi has those strong feelings, but I just felt like since she knows that they're at odds, that I just felt like it was more of like a cringy conversation to me. I did not like the fact that Kandi said that, and that's what the fuck charade issue was the first time, like her going back and telling stuff. I thought it was cringy, and I think that Kenya is going to use that as ammunition later on.
Oh, I'm sure to come up. I'm sure to come up because if you saw the preview for the next episode, Kenya made a very sharp statement about. I was like, "Ooh, Antonio."
I was actually okay with the conversation. Kandi and Kenya are, you know, they have a pretty strong relationship. So her kind of, whether Marlo and Kenya are in a good space or not, her kind of telling Kenya that information didn't seem like it was done maliciously. But again, they are on a show, so I'm sure Kandi had that in the back of her mind, like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and tell Kenya X, Y, and Z of what's going on. So I didn't think that there was an issue with that. And I also think that the reason why Kandi shared that is because she's kind of been in that situation before. Hell, we know Kandi pretty much take care of her whole damn family. So and still take care of them to this day. So her having those strong feelings about it and feeling the way she felt, I think it was warranted. And I know she's speaking from experience. So I didn't have an issue with the conversation, but yeah, we definitely gonna see Kenya take it and slice and dice next week. So
Let me see.
I really didn't have like too much of an issue with it. My only issue was that she took it to Kenya, and then considering the circumstances right now, that they are not really getting along like that. Well, when are they ever getting along with each other for that matter? I just feels like she maybe should have took that conversation to somebody else. Like I would have even rather her had that conversation with Todd than Kenya. It just wasn't the move to be doing, especially considering the circumstances. Because as like you said, as you see, even though I am Team Kenya, because Marlo got it coming, she just said a lot of bullshit over the years, a lot of spiteful, hurtful shit to Kenya. So I don't feel bad for her at all. But It's just situations like what's going to come next week is why maybe she shouldn't have said that to Kenya per se.
That far because Kenya literally got mad at Nene for insinuating that her child was a buffalo. So I just feel like, no, for real, no, like a buffalo, like, and I just like, Kenya to me always, just wants to play victim, and that's why I just said, yeah, it's a TV show, but it's been talked about every episode, so it's not like it needs to just like it was just so, apparent like it needed to go to Kenya. You know what I'm saying? Like it just seemed. I don't think that Kandi was messy, but it also just like it's just certain stuff. Like I just feel like Kenya and her have had that agreement about not talking about nobody's kids, and those are her kids right now. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Once Kandi saw Kenya's reaction to it, she probably should have just kept talking about the Haircare line.
Well, them really ain't her kids right now because she gave them away. But,
oh Lord!
Hold on, I want to give a shout out to Dr. C. Who Dr. C. Who Dr. C. You really think I'm out here just hating Kenya, and you're gonna be so proud of me today. The things I have to say at the end of this episode. So stay tuned, and thank you for the super chat. Dr. C. Who says Antonio is here. Still love you, Cortez. Just didn't want another Kenya hater nation today. Lord have mercy.
You'll be on American Man.
I'm not even the one that does. I'm this panel that thoroughly does not like Kenya. It's somebody in the top right square.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, even me.
Hey, JP Rob. I'm just not seeing
one. I'm the one. I don't care.
But no, thank you, Dr. Sihu. So I saw a couple of comments. I saw Sammy said, it's on the show. They're going to talk about it. But the fact, given that Marlo and Kenya's relationship right now, she probably shouldn't have shared it. However, he says, I get it. Her and Kenya are girls. They're going to talk. So that's true. I get it. I don't. Go ahead.
And I'm sorry, one more thing. When have we kind of pick and chose like, oh, well, they shouldn't have said that to their friend because their friend doesn't get along with that other person? We've seen that always happen. That's always been the case. Look at how Sheree and Marlo are doing, and how even Sanya is trying to do with those two running back telling them stuff. So that's always been the case over the years. So Kandi, she get a break for that one. I ain't mad at it.
I'm not mad at really Kandi.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't think Kandi did anything malicious. Honestly, I mean,
I think she was genuinely like you said.
I think she was just like telling her, Kenya. And Kandi. We gonna get into it. We gonna move on, but we gonna get into. I feel like Kandi. I don't know, like. She's not as neutral as I want her to be, but she does play a neutral thing, especially as
never been neutral though.
But with Kenya, she does kind of give it to her if she needs to, and so I see that with her. Not everybody else. Now with her, yes, but let's move past it. We got a lot to talk about. So in the next scene, we see Kandi packing, and apparently Kenya has decided she's not going to go on a trip, and so she told Kenya. She told Kandi. Not Marlo. I thought that was a little whatever, but I guess given their relationship right now, I guess whatever. It makes for good TV, right? And so Kandi calls Marlo and tells her that she ain't coming. And Marlo is like, I think we'll survive without her. She's like, oh well, she probably didn't want to go no way.
Right.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on that? It's just a small scene. But any thoughts on that? Like Kenya decided not to go.
No, because I knew she was.
Yeah.
Even if I hadn't have seen the previews or whatever, and knowing that she would be there, she would still be there. She's not gonna miss that opportunity to show up to work. So yeah.
Oh, well, that's true. That's true.
From baby right here.
Brand. That's on brand Kenya to just want to the spotlight. It's not her trip.
Yeah.
But if it was her trip, she want everybody to follow her rules.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But when it's everybody else's trip, she got to do something different. You know what I'm saying? So on brand.
It's not even necessarily. I think it's just I think it's any event, because I just think back to, so Kenya decide not to go is fine with me, but I would just, when you do things like that, then stick to it. You know what I'm saying? One, you're on a damn reality TV show, so you're gonna have probably go anyway. I'm just saying, like, it's very rare, because if you don't go, you're gonna miss out on. That's just like when Robin and Giselle said they weren't going on their trip last season. They know damn well they wanted to get paid. And
They want that episode money.
it should be like 2 or 3 episodes, baby. You going? You want that check? Stop it. So we'll come back to that too. So we get a scene where Marlo and Crystal. Now, Crystal is the sister that Marlo sent the kids to for 30 days. Now, Crystal got 4 kids already, and she sent 2 more over there, which makes 6, and she only 30. One thing I also want to mention is you said what?
No, she said she moved into a 3.
Okay. 3
but
bedroom.
That's still ain't enough. That's
not enough. But that's what Marlo thought that was best. Whatever. DHS, you listening? So then Marlo goes on this tour, and basically she's showing Crystal why she sent them to her. She showed them that their room is dirty. We won't know if Marlo went and dirtied the room up. Personally, I don't know if that's something. She showed them the hole in the wall. Personally, I just thought it was getting to be a bit too much. Like, at this point, they are kids. They're going through something. You're kind of embarrassing the kids. It's going to be on TV. That's just my opinion. I found it to be a bit much. But the one thing I will say, and this is going to be the last time I say it, unless one of y'all say it, that family has a lot of heavy tongues. I will say that.
Oh, my God.
Crystal, whereas I can understand her, Marlo gets the cash because the sister, baby.
She missing some teeth, right?
No, I've seen her teeth. I thought the same. She had teeth.
Oh,
it's like her tongue be in the way. She needs to get a tongue clip.
I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, what are y'all thoughts on this scene? Because at the end of the scene, Crystal speaks more about just how they are, and she tells Marlo one thing that she thinks she could work on is the things that she's saying to them and some things they shouldn't hear. Right. And I thought that was very vital. Yeah. Just because, and Marlo did mention, she was raised a certain kind of way. Apparently her mom, the relationship she did have was not a good one. So, I can't say you think she would know because people learn, they grow. She's not a parent. She's learning. But I'm glad that her sister said that to her and just kind of gave her a little advice. She probably should have gave her a little more like, girl, you can't be sending me these damn kids. But that's my thoughts. Go ahead, Demetrio, go first.
I just feel like if anything, she should have, like, first of all, it kind of feels a little like exploitive, just a tad bit. Mm-hmm. And then I also feel like if anything, she should have had somebody come stay and she go for 30 days because sending them with her sister who already got 4 kids, whether it's a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, hell, like she made it seem like getting a 3-bedroom was any better than the 2, and the woman got 4 or 5 kids her damn self. Then add on 2 more, like, no, it's just all the way wrong. And the fact that Marlo doesn't see anything wrong with that is also another problem as well. Like I said last time, if you're gonna take on that role, like, you gotta take it on, honey. People don't get breaks, baby. People don't get breaks. Even people that take in other people's kids. I know people that took in other folks' kids. They don't get breaks, baby. It ain't no breaks. It ain't no sending them away for nothing. For the fact that she has the luxury to do that, like, she should be thankful because that woman could have told her, no, I got my own kids to raise. Like, I can't be trying to take on them and them. Like, no, girl, it's just a lot. And how old is Crystal kids? Is any of them grown? Like,
no.
She's 30, so I don't know how they kids. They kids.
See, that's what I'm saying. See,
yeah, a lot of heavy tongues running around. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Antonio.
That's
it. I'm done. I'm leaving out.
I will say I appreciate Crystal for saying send the kids home because who knows what that situation could have ended up like if she would have said no, I can't take them or whatever. So I do appreciate her going ahead and taking those taking the kids on or whatever. I agree with Demetrio to the point of her showing the dirty room and then punching a wall. It's embarrassing for them, which I don't know if that's going to help them in the process going forward, especially being that they have to come back to her. So then it's like they like looking, I'm sure they watching the show and they friends watching the show. They getting roasted at school, and then they thinking like, damn, look at what my auntie did for TV, and she can't continue to use this. Well, my mama was horrible, and she had the way she spoke to us and stuff like that to justify how she speaks to them, and some of the things she said, such as what the sister said. You telling them, I don't have to have y'all, or whatever the case, may be. Like, they are some charity cases. But it's like, just like Marlo, seeing how she was coming up and she was in foster homes and she wanted better for herself. She didn't want to wear secondhand clothes. She wanted to wear designer. So just like she got out there and hustled, and she was able to get her, her new house and get on TV and stuff like that. She should have that same mindset and that same mentality when it comes to raising these boys. And she should think like, okay, my mom said X, Y, and Z to me. I'm not going to now say the same thing to these boys and cause them a hindrance of growth, with going forward. So my third eye is still on Marlo. That whole bringing the boys in, to me, it seems very convenient still. Sending them away seems even more convenient for her now, since she has a peach. Yeah, I ain't buying it. But I hope the boys do get better with what they have going on. I hope they do get some type of help or therapy or something.
Like the sister said, she needs to send them to therapy.
Yeah.
Well, I think that you do get breaks. Sorry, I don't think. I mean, that's just I was raised by a single mama, and she got a break. She sent me to camps, and I was gone for 14 days. Every now and again and stuff like that. So I just have a different viewpoint on it. Yes, I do think it was a little bit out step to be showing them those children's room, and she could have just said he hit a wall. She didn't have to actually show the damn wall.
Yeah.
So I mean, I
multiple times
what you're saying with that, but I just don't. You know what I'm saying? I just I have a different viewpoint of like you take in kids. I've been in a family that takes in kids, cousins, and stuff like that. And shit, when it gets a little bit too much, we need to kind of just separate each other. We need kind of just a little space from each other. And that is, to me, okay. Now, I just think that she doesn't know how to communicate. She actually said that at the end of the, I don't know how to communicate like y'all. So I just think that her sister's conversation, like you said, was very vital. And I think it was coming from a family type of, it was something that Marlo needed to hear outside of Kenya, Kandi, people that she don't really know if they're genuine or not. I was very, very, glad to, interested in seeing that she took in her sister as well, because she was in foster care. So it just seems like Marlo just is trying to reach out and get some type of support and help, but she doesn't know how to really communicate that without it being like, oh, they gone, they doing too much, and that the point was to show them what it's like outside of the lifestyle that she gave them, to send their ass to a place where they will have to struggle. So I do get it, but I think she could have went about it in a different way. Make them go to a community kitchen, make them volunteer, send their ass to summer camps where they have to rug it out. But she just needs more support. Okay, Chase. So at the end of the day,
Chase here. I didn't see the comment.
Yeah, I get what you said, Jasmine, because from what it seemed like, I just seen somebody in the comments brought it up. She did do the same thing to her sister. She said that.
She did.
I mean, so they relationship. Go ahead, Tanel.
I'm sorry. With the whole, her wanting to kind of show the boys what they could be doing, as opposed to her, kind of giving them everything. Didn't they see that for the last 11 or so years when they was with their mama?
Yeah, but I mean, they're going through puberty and they smelling themselves, and they probably feeling a little bit froggy, and that's just.
She got them at a very, especially the older one. She got them at a very interesting age. That's a. You know what I'm saying? He already damn near grown.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Prom. I think he went to prom. The older,
he's like 14 or 15, right?
Yeah, he ain't grown, but you know what I mean. Like he's up there.
Yeah, no, he's he's
nowadays.
I think it was homecoming.
Homecoming, okay.
Yeah, so he, especially with him, and I think he's the one that's like the wall, right?
He what?
He's the one that's the wall, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
that younger one seems a little bit more, still kind of have his innocence a little bit. Not saying that the older one doesn't, but he just seems more like a kind of a child a little bit. The older one, through growing pains, he's probably angry at the world, angry at his mama, angry at his auntie. He's angry, and I'm not shaming him for that. and or Marlo, but she does put him in anger management, send his ass to summer camps, let him be around other people, and that's all I feel about it.
He gonna be real mad at her once he see these damn episodes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He probably punched 2 or 3 walls.
I damn punched her ass.
He didn't went through the whole house and gave dent. At this point, I'm like, that's embarrassing.
Ooh, Lord.
I saw the little boy draws and everything. I'm like, Lord, is this?
Oh, the day I didn't see that.
Her pasta. No, I'm just playing. I don't know. Stop that. All right, so let's move on because we got some more to talk about too. So I broke the trip down into all these different segments because so many different things happened from leading up to the trip until the actual sit down. So the trip day, they're going to Blueridge. They're traveling. Marlo is hosting. It's her first season with a piece. She let her host a trip to Blueridge. As Kenya said, ooh, Blueridge. And so Sheree has broken her toe. And anytime I see a damn cast on somebody's foot, I just go, ooh, because of last year this time. But she's managing well. I guess she said she was trying on some heels.
A rain boot.
A rain boot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was a boot. I thought it was a boot, like a boot heel. So okay, my bad. A rain boot. And she said her toe split going into it, right? Oh, I don't know. But Monyetta is going, and Marlo has arranged 2 vehicles for the girls. She arranged what was that? Aston Martin for her and Sheree, and then they was
in a Rolls Royce.
Oh, Rolls Royce, and they was an Aston Martin.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so her and Sheree on the Rolls Royce. Sonia is coming. She got some booked gig or whatever. She'll be there. And Kenya is not coming at this moment. The other car is Monyetta, Drew, and Kandi. So we see all of them. I don't know what time of day. I thought it was morning, but they got there at night. So I'm assuming it ain't that far. So it probably was like later in the evening. Yeah.
And plus, she had sent them wings. So
she did, and that's why I was like, it must have been evening. Yeah. So they get Marlo sends Kandi them some food. It's wings from OLG. And Candy's like, oh, OLG. So, they about to eat. Kandi damn to get the whole chicken wing in her hand, and she about to put it in her mouth. And the driver says, you can't eat in here. And I just about died. Kandi literally was about to taste that whole fucking wing.
Kandi was about to cuss that woman out, honey.
And Kandi said, I don't give a damn about nothing. I don't give a damn about none of this kind. Monyetta said, oh, hell no. That was hilarious.
I like Monyetta.
She's cool. I wish they would give her more of a definite friend role. It's like they just got her there, but she ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like real, true friends of these franchises. They get confessionals. They have a little more involvement. I feel like Fatum is doing more than Monyetta. I don't know who the real friend of the show is.
Right.
I don't know. But
the friends of the shows aren't the same anymore. You're right. I never thought about that.
They still do it. I don't think they gave Atlanta a definite friend role. Because the other shows, like, they got Sheree, but she ain't got no confession yet. They have it still. You said what?
A scholar.
Yeah, a scholar. Just a little more definite roles. I don't know. But Monyetta, she's that friend, her and Fatum. So Kandi decided they're gonna go in the house and eat. And then get back in the car. Okay, eat their wings. And so they get on the road and they heading out. Now, once they finally head out, they get a call from Marlo. And, Marlo was playing like, oh, yeah, Kenya's right here, playing jokes or whatever. And what's her name? Kandi asks her, is Fatum going to be there? And she gets quiet. So at this point, Drew looking all back in the front seat. In the front seat, you miss out on everything going in the back. She looking all back, face stuck. But they didn't answer. She was like, oh, let me call you right back. Hey, they got the phone. Now, at this moment, do you think she did it on purpose, knowing that Fatum was coming?
Yes.
Yeah.
But didn't she say, though, I thought they said she couldn't come or something or she had something come up so she wasn't able to come.
Yeah, they did say that.
They did say that. She wasn't going to be there, but it feels a little like it was.
Yeah, but I think they knew that she was coming, even if she came late. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, once they actually get to the house, Sheree and Marlo are joking about farting and stuff and whatever. And Marlo made this comment. I don't know if y'all caught it, but she was like, Sonya's coming. She flew out for a job. I said, that's good.
That's good.
And she was I was like, was that shade?
It was shade.
Yeah. I hope that Sonya is catching on all this shade that Marlo is throwing at her for this reason, because I feel like Sonya just let it slide over her head, but I hope she's catching all this shade, and I hope she had the same energy as she got.
I've been watching the after show. She been like, "Oh, Marlo, you was like Jesus and I'm like a servant. Like that's like kind of what she gives
She been real
in those
fake
after shows to me. It's
That means
I want to say one more thing. I'm so sorry.
Go ahead.
I like the way Marietta was her opinion. Of course, Kandi brought the situation with Marlo up again in the car. But I did want to say that Marietta's viewpoint, I really appreciate that because it was way different than what everybody else has said. And that's how I felt about it too. So I wanted to say.
You basically agreed about the break, right?
Right, she did. She did agree about the break, but she put it in a way that made Kandi understand. Since they are close, I think that it gave her a different perspective too. So I just
okay. Yeah. So they get to the house and they, got to pick the rooms. And I thought this was actually quite funny or quite hilarious how she did it. So she named all these candles, and based off the name of the candle, they had to guess who it was. Yeah. And the first one was Devotion and Delusion. And I ain't gonna lie, I thought that was for Drew. But
me too.
I did too.
They said, I think Drew said Sonya. Marietta even said Sonya, and I was like, "What the hell?" But then it actually ended up being Kenya, which Kandi got.
Yeah.
They had
Kandi made sure to say, but I don't agree with it.
She did say that. She said, "I don't agree with this, but it's Kandi." Yeah. And I was like, "Man, who helped? I mean, Kenya. Now I'm like, who helped Marlo come up with this damn game? Because I know she's not coming up with it.
She did.
She didn't got one of them little friends to help. I know she didn't come up with it, but it was a very cute idea.
That was good. I like that.
They had Good Vibes and Fresh Gossip, which was Kandi. High Hopes and Low Expectations, which was Sheree. And what took me out was when it was color coordinated workout gear. Drew said it was me. Marlo was like, "It is."
I love her. Like, that's what makes me like her because
she was confused. Like, it ain't me.
It ain't me.
No, I think she said it was Sonya. Didn't she?
No, it was Sonya, but Drew thought it was her.
Her hand raised up so hard, man.
She was
like me.
She was ready to claim that candle honey.
She was ready because she just knew that working out was related to the damn drop it with Drew. And I'm like, nah, baby.
That ain't it,
baby. That goofiness is what I do like about her. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say this. Drew is she's a smart girl, but all the drama and shade goes over her head. I don't think she catches half to it because she didn't catch when they was talking about her website.
Okay.
She really be thinking like, oh wow, these girls really
and that's what makes it so sad because they be really being shady. That's what I hate. Actually, I hate that.
Tearing her ass up.
Yeah.
Yes, but nonetheless, and then the last one was actually Drew, but Marlo made this comment was like, "Child, I should have gave you Devotion and Delusion." I'm like, "Oh, Marlo, girl, stop." All right, so we get to they get dressed and they are gonna wear what they're gonna wear to go to dinner, and they get in the van to go to dinner, and Marlo just kind of goes on this rant. It sounds like she's heard that people have been talking because she's trying to give her case. Up until this moment, she ain't said nothing as to why she needed the break. She just kept saying it was very vague, but now she's still kind of vague. She's kind of just saying like, I need a break. I deserve the break, and and I'm just like, okay, like I guess she's trying to pitch her case. Everybody in the bus is kind of like, okay, because a lot of them stay first time fully hearing it and hearing her whole side of the story. Do you feel like she, was justified for those? I guess, Demetrio and Antonio, do you feel like she gave a good reason for her break that could possibly make you think open up? Because
it was a reason, but I still feel the same way though. Like, yeah, there was like a reason, but still, once you take on that role, like it ain't no just sending them away because you like get tired. Like, it's just not.
Like you sent them to see the Child Protective Services and sent them back to foster care. She sent them down the damn road to her sister house.
That's fine.
It is.
Yeah. Sheree was kind of like, eek about it. Drew done damn near, she done been shaded by Marlo so many times. She gonna tell her she will be a part of that village. It's like Ty Savage says, she don't like you. She don't, Drew, girl. I hate when people that don't see what's right in front of their face. Marlo has not.
I honestly don't think any of them really like Drew.
Oh,
well, I
don't.
I agree. I think
Kandi tolerates her the most, along with maybe Kenya, but I don't think any of them like her.
they're always so quick to jump on a moment to shade her. You know what I'm saying? Whether you like her or not, you can't deny it. She's the butt of all the jokes.
Yeah. I don't really think they even have a reason. She just probably
they don't.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? I just think that her personality is a little bit just too different from the Atlanta girls, you know?
Yeah.
She's probably really a bore to them, but since they have to deal with her, they just deal with her. But I
don't think that she's a bore at all, especially to somebody like Kandi and people like that, Sheree, So I don't think she's a bore at all. I just don't think how you meet somebody and it's like, well, they ain't did shit to me. It's not that they a terrible person. I just don't rock with them like that. We don't mesh like that. Yeah. That's kind of like how I feel. That's why I always, even like a couple of weeks ago, I said I wish that she had at least one good friend within the group, and she doesn't have that.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I don't want to interrupt you.
No. Go ahead, baby. You can interrupt me.
I was gonna ask you. Do you think? Well, do y'all think that she gives off just a more of a ratchet like Kim?
No.
I just feel she's awkward.
Okay. You know who
awkward.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't think she. Honestly, I think she is actually trying.
She might be a little bit too young for them.
She's almost 40. Hell, what the hell?
She might be a little bit too young for them. They is 50 plus. That's not. I'm sorry. That's not age.
Everybody in the back hear that. Did you hear that, Navy?
I'm not age shaming because they're over 40. But it's like she has like this quirky kind of like almost like airheaded personality, similar to Portia.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say it's looking like,
and maybe that's why they don't like her because they don't really like Portia. So
they hate Portia.
But Portia grew to be that girl, whether you like it or not. And so I feel at some point Drew's gonna snap, and I feel like it's only so much she can act like she don't see the shit if she wants to, but she feels and sees what's going on, and at some point it's gonna blow up, and we're gonna probably get a whole new Drew. Just saying, if she's still around.
She's coming back next season, whether we like it or not. Hell, the whole damn season was revolved around the ditzy bitch.
Oh Lord, they said Drew could never. Okay. So let's move on past this part because we got, like I said, a little more to talk about still. All right, so at the table, Marlo mentions that she want to see Kandi drunk. I'm like, Marlo, I don't even know why you even talk about alcohol and Kandi. Everybody know Kandi don't drink, let alone get drunk. Let's just start there.
Since she got on the show, literally
on this conversation, right? And so, Drew brings up the Ralph and Sonya conversation. She kind of, it seems like all the rest of the ladies are kind of, because we haven't really seen her talk to nobody about it. But Marlo knows the tea. She knows the exact way that Sonya made the comment about Drew, and Ralph not working, whatever. So they talk about that. And, she just basically they're like, oh yeah, good vibes, good vibes. So Kandi gets a text message, and the text message is Kenya. Kenya is basically saying that she's here. And I want to ask y'all, do you think Kandi should have told Marlo that Kenya was coming?
I mean, it really didn't bother me either way because she was going to be there regardless of whether she told her not to was there.
Yeah. And this is why she made a point to tell Marlo that Kenya wasn't coming. When she found out that Kenya was coming, she could have said, hey, Kenya's here. I'm going to go meet her or whatever. She could have.
Well, if that's the case, she should have told her from the beginning because she said in the confessional that they got the same makeup people and hair people. So she already knew she was coming.
At that point, it was only speculation. So Kenya hadn't said it to her.
Yeah. Just like Kandi knew that Kenya was coming to the damn Cynthia event. But she said, I'm Mike. Don't forget.
They still hold on to that line. 17 years later, they still hold on to that line.
She know damn well Kenya was coming. But hey, that's either here or there. Jasmine, you think
she should have. I mean, I kind of agree with Demacia on this a little bit. When she knew that
that pains you, didn't it, girl? That pains you, didn't it?
Say it like that. But when she kind of knew that, I don't think that she could have just like Antonio said, she wasn't for sure, but she still could have threw out there. But I did see our makeup artist kind of doing that kind of thing. She said she was working on communication with Marlo, but I understand that that's her friend Kenya. So I mean, I really don't think much about it. I mean, she's done it before. Like we said.
Okay. So she is there, and Kandi makes it seem like that Kenya was asking, are they looking for me? Are they checking for me? In other words, from what I was gonna say, I can't stand when somebody is. I don't mind making. I get you making an entrance, right? But if you gotta make an entrance to every damn thing, is it really an entrance?
No,
it's not. And
I just love how Kandi said no.
No, that was so funny. She said, "Hey, I'm here. Would anybody ask about me?" She said, "Yay, no." That shit was funny. It was funny.
Straight to the point.
Exactly. No. Because I mean, and that's what I'm saying. Kandi be real with Kenya. That's the most time she be real is with Kenya. Can't speak for everybody else, but with Kenya, she definitely is like. She just
what nobody looking for you.
Right, exactly. So I applaud her for that. We're gonna get you some more. So when Kenya gets there, after she gets Kenya, everybody's actually excited for Kenya. And I'm just like, okay, Kenya then made her way as the queen, right, in the current of Atlanta.
Yes.
I mean, based off the reaction, the girls were happy, except for Marlo. Marlo's still getting the food out of her teeth. She wasn't worried about them. And so they sit down, and Kenya basically tells everybody that she is not staying at the house. She has a house, and the reason is because Brooklyn is there. And she basically wants to be with her daughter, so all the people are kind of confused, even Kandi. And Candy's like, wait, but she's not here today, so why are you not staying with us? And in other words, like, if you gotta, why would you not stay with us? And I was like, okay, Kandi, like, get into it. And so Kenya comes with this excuse. Everybody's kind of confused because, like I said, Brooklyn's not there. And Kenya says that the reason why she got her own place is because last year at the at the Bachelorette weekend, Kandi had an issue. Remember, she cried about Kenya bringing her child, and Kandi couldn't bring Blaze. So I was like, you know what? Kenya was slick with that one because I mean it didn't really apply, but at the same time, that did happen. So I was like, okay, but nonetheless, I didn't really agree with that. Honestly, Kenya knew exactly why she didn't want to stand there, and so Kandi's questioning or whatever, and everybody's like, okay, whatever, good vibes for the night. So Sonya arrives at that point. And when Sonya arrives, she announces the big trip, which is the trip to Jamaica. And basically she is excited or whatever. And so Kenya and Marlo kind of have a back and forth because Kenya says she's not staying. Marlo's like, okay, so when you gonna let me know when you staying? She was like, well, I'll let you know when I think about it. And Marlo tells her, if you don't stay with us, you ain't doing the activities that I got planned. And so, first I was like, girl, Marlo, stop that. Then I was like, I thought back to every event trip that Kenya has planned. Dr. C, you're gonna be mad, but Kenya has done that exact same thing. I never forget how she came at Shamia on that boat.
Off that damn boat.
In 8-9. And so whereas I don't agree with what Marlo did, at the same time, Kenya has done that exact same thing, and she loves to take control. So what were y'all thoughts on that? Do y'all think that Marlo's well within her right to feel that way, or is it just too petty?
I'm gonna go
Demetria, I want Demetria to go first. I know where he's staying, but I want to hear what he got to
say. I'm really conflicted between like how I really feel because, like you said, I am a Kenya stan, honey. So it's just like I do think that like I would feel the same way. Like, girl, I really don't even like you like that, but for the sake of my check, I'm gonna come and get my own shit, and I'll just come to the activities. But when it's time to go home, I'm just gonna go to my own stuff. But at the same time, I get where Marlo was coming from because it's just like, bitch, I don't like you either. So this is my trip. And if you don't want to come stay at the house with us and make this like a girls' weekend, what she was trying to do and have fun, then you stay your ass over there and take your ass home. Or go do your own shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I'm conflicted.
Okay.
Did you answer the question?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Kind of, sort of.
I feel where both ladies are coming from, but if I have to choose a side, you know where I'm going.
Okay.
So Demisio is biased.
Okay.
Demisio,
but I do think he truly feels that way. So,
you still, even as a stan, you still got to hold your people accountable. People know I love me some Nene.
That's true.
But you got to be like, that's some bullshit.
But okay, I said I'll get one more.
Okay, what's your opinion, Antonio?
I honestly, in this situation, I get where Kenya was coming from, but I agree with Marlo. It's like, why are you gonna come all this way and then not stay with us? And that's another thing of if I don't go on the trip, I'm gonna miss out on some episodes, which means I might not get no check for those episodes. So let me try and find a way around it to be like, oh, I'm still here. I don't really want to stay at the house. No, production needs you to stay at the house, because at the house is where the mess is gonna be. Because we know when everybody get together, that's when shit pop off. So you got to be there. And I did like the fact that Marlo, even though I'm not really feeling Marlo,
I agree with that, Daniel.
I did like the fact that Marlo. Damn, Demisio, let me finish. I did like the fact that Marlo said, "Hey, the house is big enough for us, for you to have your baby there and all of that." So it did seem like she was willing to accommodate Kenya being there with baby Brookie. So I agree with Marlo. Yeah. If you ain't here for everything, then don't just think you're gonna pop up to the activities and stand on the side and take pictures. Hell no, that's not working today.
Okay.
Sorry.
Jazz.
I'm sorry, I'm giggly. I don't know why. But I definitely agree. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, so you guys, I definitely agree with Marlo. Only because Kenya does this all the time, and it's just kind of like a power struggle with them. I think that if it was anybody's trip but Marlo, she would stay in the house. I also think that bringing up the Kenya thing was slick. But the issue was more so about her not letting anyone know that she was bringing the child, not necessarily that the child was there or anything like that. Like, it was a girl's trip. This is a girl's trip. And it's just like, she didn't even really say anything. She wasn't coming. You didn't ask. That was not your trip. It just seems like Kenya doesn't like the things that she does to them, done back to her. And she's always a victim of it in some breath. So that's how I feel.
I must say, if I remove myself from the show as a person that plans trips, plans things, stuff like that, you're not going to come to my event and just be a damn spectacle in the background. You know what I'm saying? That's just like going to dinner with me and you only drinking water. I'm just sorry, you need to stay at home. Because I'm just saying, like, to me, that's the equivalence of that. And for Kenya to come, that's fine, be petty, but to say you're gonna stay at the house and not really give a full valid reason. I think Danny said it really good. She said it really well that it's not really about whether or not she stayed there or not. Marlo was letting her know who's in charge, and I think for Marlo that's really important this season because it's her first season with the piece. So I think she succeeded in that. It doesn't help that Kenya has done these similar things in the past. It doesn't help that, and unfortunately, I guess for Kenya, Marlo had the upper hand here. Yeah. And also, like I said, ethical trip standards, you're not going to just be coming on my trip and just being there. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. If I made accommodations, you need to try to participate. Because I feel like it would have started with the room, but Kenya would have did everything differently. It would have led into her probably like not eating with them and ordering different food. It would have went on and on. So I'm glad Marlo kind of said it kind of straight right there. Go ahead, Tony.
And even outside of Marlo stating that, it was like the other girls that we saw that voiced their opinion were kind of like on the same, in the same lane. Like, you need to stay pretty much at the house. So
somebody called Brooklyn Wanda Sykes in this comment section, and I am blown away. Like, I don't know.
I am not going to address it. I was looking like, huh?
Oh my God. No, I just think that Kenya always assert her dominance in more so in reference to Marlo. I just think that was Marlo's trip. Just, if you didn't want to come, you already just didn't. You should have just stayed home because everybody seemed like they was having such a good time. And then when she walked, just said, you know what I'm saying? So I hated that.
Well, but you know what? I feel like Marlo honestly was very patient with her. She didn't really get loud and crazy. We're gonna get into this last part, but I think because she, even though Kenya was saying that, I think Marlo was straight face, just like, "Well, girl, you're not staying here. I mean, you're not gonna do my stuff." It wasn't no loud, crazy thing. The mood did get it did get tense, but it didn't get tense there. Where it got tense was the next part, is because they go so Kenya starts speaking first, and she basically tells her, you said that I'm hurt. I think you're hurt. And that's the issue that we have. And so they go back and forth, and Kenya, she does her thing to where she's like, "Let me finish, let me talk." Marlo is just like, girl, like nobody ever lets somebody talk in this group. Sheree is trying to tell Marlo to let her talk, but I don't know if you caught it, but Marlo told Sheree, won't you listen to her? Listen to Drew. And you got Drew and Sheree. They're not arguing, but they basically saying, "You do that. No, you do that." And I'm like, look at them over there, child. They got this other line beef. And so from there, Marlo says, "You know what? Go ahead. I'm gonna be quiet. I'll let you finish." And the moment she starts talking, she's like, "Well, hold on 1 second. Wait a minute." I'm like, "Oh my God, let this damn girl talk." So I'm gonna say this. This scene, I thought it was a very real scene between these two.
Me too.
However, one person missed the mark, because I feel like if there was never a time for them to explicitly state why they don't like each other, why they have the issues, it was this time right here.
Mhm.
And I'm just gonna say Marlo dropped the ball completely.
Oh.
Kenya, I'm gonna say this, Dr. C, you'll be proud. She was very articulate, which is not surprising, but I think she actually nailed everything as to why she has issues. She basically told um, Marlo that she has said things in the past. It goes back to her saying she was lying about the kid, and she feels like her exact words were, "You don't know how to be a good friend. The love you give. I don't want that kind of love. That love is toxic." And I was just like, "This, am I still watching the Real Housewives of Atlanta?" Because it felt like I was watching some Iyanla type shit. I'm just saying, I ain't giving her too much, but it felt a little like, okay. And then on Marlo's end, she kind of goes into this moment of, I was in jail, and I look up to you. You're supposed to be a queen, and it didn't really land to me. I'm kind of tired of that, her throwing that in her face, because she don't look up to King. How you look up to somebody that you think got a fake booty? You think that he can't keep a man? It don't make sense, Marlo. It don't make sense. So, what were y'all thoughts on this whole little segment that they gave between these two? Jazz, go first.
I think that Kenya rehearsed it.
You think so? Damn.
I just feel like she rehearsed it because at the end of the day, Marlo could say the same thing back to her. They both are toxic to each other.
That's true.
They're both don't have a lot of love. They're both motherless children. So I mean,
Now, I will say that I'm sorry to cut you. I will say that Marlo did hit that on the nail when she said they were similar and they were alike. I do agree. They do have a lot of similarities.
Yeah. And that's
it starts there. My bad. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. I mean, I just think that they both, I mean, I think like Marlo said, I felt like she was being honest too. She was like, "Okay, are you done?" She was like, "Honey, I'm not as articulate as you, so I'm gonna have to just talk this out." Like I felt like her stuff was genuine too. I mean, they both say the same things to each other. Like I said, they're both motherless children. They both have different ways. I saw someone say Kenya wants to keep her child close because of her childhood, but we don't have the same grace for Marlo because her childhood, she needs grace too. And that's just, I just have, roll your eyes, Antonio. Whatever.
Well, let me ask you this, So in regards to Kenya stating why she has an issue with Marlo, what about what Marlo said lets you understand? If from that conversation, do you understand why she don't like Kenya?
I mean, I've understood why she didn't like Kenya the whole time. I didn't really need it at that moment. I didn't really listen to either one. I mean, I listened to them both, but I just felt like Kenya was just, she said gave the same kind of thing to Kandi before they left. She kind of said the same stuff, and she came back and said the same stuff. Not saying it's rehearsed, but I feel like, that's just how Kenya felt. I do feel like since Kenya wasn't supposed to be there, that it kind of maybe took Marlo off guard. But at the end of the day, I mean, okay.
Okay.
No, not you. I'm just saying that's how I feel. Okay.
I'll pull my hair right. Antonio.
Not
I actually did enjoy that scene a lot. I was expecting for Marlo to really say how and why she felt the way she does. about Kenya, because Marlo says all these things. Yeah, you a queen, and I look up to you, but you are like smashing and dogging and dragging this chick behind her back and to her face every chance you get. So it's given like psycho, sociopath. Like it's not
I
adding
said
up.
that
Like
last week.
that one and one is not equaling two. I'm sorry, it's just not adding up. I do agree with Cortez in the fact that Kenya was able to state specifically why it is that she not fucking with Marlo and why she don't want to fuck with Marlo going forward. Marlo was pretty much given like, girl, it's all for TV. You know, basically, like I really do love you, but I gotta, drag you every chance I get because that's kind of what the people want to see. That's kind of what I got from Marlo's speech. But yeah, the fact of her also stating, I'm not articulate, is like, it's not about being articulate, but why you feel this way about this person and why you attack them every chance you get. So tell her why, because I really don't know why, other than maybe she's like a bit jealous of Kenya. And I'm not being biased just because we know who my girls are that are no longer on the show. Hello. But I don't really know what the issue is or why she doesn't like Kenya. We know that their friendship, both times when they were formed, it was a friendship of convenience. The first time it was of convenience because they felt like they could join forces and take down Queen Leaks. The second time they could join forces and take down Queen Portia. So I still don't get why Marlo hates Kenya at this moment, but I do understand clearly why Kenya ain't fucking with Marlo.
So we don't know why she don't like her from when she what's her little archive, and when she came to her little archive and she made fun of it and she made fun of everything else that she said.
All the shit that Marlo did in the past, who gives a damn?
About that though.
I'm just saying.
About that though.
I'm just saying.
I think what I wish that Marlo would have done for me is maybe she should have stated some of those things. It was very vague. I don't like vagueness. Like this was a moment to be very direct on what the hell is going on between me and this person. And you know what I'm saying? It's just like it could have been a very good power. They could have probably got some clear understanding. I ain't saying they gotta be friends, but I just don't feel like she said much. Like she kind of, you know what I'm saying, like she kind of took everything that Kenya has said, because we know Kenya has called her a felon. We know she's called her she took everything she said and used it against her in a way of, I just didn't find it to be very constructive of a conversation that it could have been. I don't know. WCL, what was your thoughts?
First of all, Marlo already said in the confessional early on that episode why she don't like Kenya. She's taking all her damn anger out that she got for her nephews on Kenya, but if she's gonna say that to the group, absolutely not. Like Marlo just doesn't have a reason to really not like Kenya. Like she just really don't. Like it's like Antonio said, like it's given very much sociopath doing this for a storyline. Like she don't have a logical reason to really not like that woman. And like Kenya said, like girl, I don't even think the issue is that her and Marlo be arguing. I think it's the thing is every time that her and Marlo do get into an argument, Marlo got to bring up the kids. She got to bring up the husband. She got to do all this extra shit instead of just having a, I guess, regular argument without pulling all that extra stuff up. Like, it's just not necessary. And I think that's Kenya's thing. Like, we can argue, but every time we argue, you bring up all this extra shit that don't even need to be in the argument. Like, it don't even be the point of why we argue. We arguing about something completely different, and you talking about Mark. Like, come on now.
How y'all think Marlo feels not being friends with Portia now? Because I feel like Portia actually accepted her for who she was.
A fool. You should feel like a fool.
I feel like she accepted her. I'm no lie. Portia can be a lot of things, but when it came to friends, who she was really friends with, if you think about it, she kind of remained friends with him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, outside of Kandi.
Yeah. But I think Portia really did fuck with Marlo. Like they were really like
their relationship. It seemed like a good, like, not we ain't best friends, but we girlfriends. Like we gonna have a good time. But after last year, we know they came together, and she came together, and I was very surprised that when she turned on Portia. You know what I'm saying? Considering that Portia and Nene are gonna always be like this, but child. Marlo just got her moving crazy. I don't know. She's just not smart. It's not smart.
You're not smart.
Not smart.
It's so crazy.
What Monique tell Precious, you're a dummy, bitch. So excuse me.
Listen, Danny said, I wish Kenya had taken a marching band to the archive fashion.
I do too.
Would have been on brand. Now I act like y'all don't understand why this woman do not like this woman. Like she might not be able to articulate it, but let's not act like it's just been one-sided with her. Like at the end of the day, they both come for each other and they both have gone low. And Kia and Marlo both said they was gonna squash all the past stuff when they had teamed up about the Portia stuff. But then after that, it was just like it wasn't nothing to be able to team up no more. And I just think that they are not friends. Like I
agree. Clearly, they're not friends. But I do think if what I remember, even going back seasons, Marlo kind of started that situation with Kenya.
Absolutely.
Going back those seasons. So Marlo kind of, she did kind of start that situation. But the thing about it is, Kenya has never, I guess, made it like, oh, well, Marlo, I love you and you my sister and we gonna climb the motherfucking Mount Everest together and you're a beautiful black queen. She don't really do that. She take jabs and she said, okay, we get into a better place. Marlo was like, oh, I really look up to Kenya. She's amazing. She's articulate. And then she'd be like, yeah, your mama fucking hates you and your baby daddy don't love you. And you can't keep
I think they have both done stuff to each other. I mean, but if and my mind could be bad because I'm getting old. But if I would say where it started to me, I think it started with her own mama don't want to be with her. I mean, that's not where it started because it showed the scene where Marlo and Kenya was. When Marlo thought that Kenya was shady for not inviting her to the event. Remember that event? They showed the clip in this episode.
A housewarming, yeah.
Because, think about it. Marlo was Nene's friend. Then she came as was it Sheree's friends first? Then Kenya or Kenya then Marlo?
She came on as Phaedra's friend initially.
No, I'm talking about past that. Like when she was.
Okay.
After Nene, was it Sheree first or Kenya? Or was it Kenya then Sheree?
Well, it was Kenya first.
Okay, so then she fell out with her because of that event. Marlo, just like in the clip they showed, she thought that she was being shady by not telling her something, like not inviting her. And then you saw the clip where Kenya, and to me, honestly, like these were seasons that I didn't even like Kenya. But even in that clip, she did sound sincere in saying like I didn't know, or that wasn't my intention. But I don't know, neither here or there. Y'all know for years I ain't never really cared for Kenya, but I can honestly say in this season, she is growing on me. Unfortunately, after all the stuff she's done, but I'm enjoying watching her on the damn television. I'll say that. She ain't no damn saint. I say that. She got her ways. And I will say the things that she's put out, she's getting a lot of it back. And that's good. That's lovely because that's how life should work anyway.
And I think Marlo going to get some of hers back next week.
Oh, yeah. Well, Marlo probably won't come back. Do y'all think Marlo's going to be sitting next to Andy?
No.
I do think she'll be sitting next to Andy. I think her and then Kandi maybe or Kenya. It's
giving Marlo and Kenya beside. I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know.
Only reason why I can say maybe Sheree is because if Sheree pulls that OG card.
Yeah. It depends on her fashion show.
But outside of that, I think it'll be Marlo, Sheree, and Sonya, and then Kenya, Drew, and
they're gonna put Sonya and Drew.
But isn't it like the two people that sit beside Andy had the most drama? So who the hell would that be? Really, to be honest, Kandi and Drew.
It's either gonna be between Marlo, honestly, Marlo and Kenya, or Marlo and Kandi. I mean,
because they're kind of separated, like 3-on-3 almost.
They actually are. Sheree ain't gonna get there. I'm sorry. Drew ain't gonna get there. I mean, we know that Drew and Sheree's beef kind of heats up next week because the dog tree. Oh Lord, Drew finna.
And I'm trying to figure out where did she even get the dog tree from?
We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out for sure. We got a few callers on y'all. Let's let the few callers on for today. And we'll get final thoughts from everybody at the end. Okay. All right. So if you're watching right now, of course, go ahead and hit that like button. We got a few callers to get on. This is the time where we let some of our viewers call in and give their opinion. If you're watching right now, I will send the link one more time just to make sure. I ain't gonna send no more because that means you didn't see it. But feel free to call in and give a few minutes of your thoughts. And our first caller is going to be Tawana Colbert. Hey. What's going on? What's
Hi.
What's up, Tawana?
Hey.
Hi. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
Okay. Okay. Let's get into it. Okay,
Oh.
so I just want to say that I think Marlo is very childish and very selfish.
Okay.
On the first episode of the after show, she said that she ain't even been dressing up and going out no more because of her nephews. So it's kind of like, okay, so what's more important to you, dressing up and going out or helping your nephews? And then I feel like Marlo just wants to have an issue with Kenya no matter what. Last week when Kenya was drunk having a good time, Marlo wanted to fight with her so bad to the point that when they were doing their toast, all those ladies were standing in a circle. She went right to Kenya because she wanted to pour liquor on Kenya. So it doesn't matter what Kenya does, Marlo just wants to have an issue with her. Marlo is thirsty. She will not be sitting next to Andy because Andy don't even like Marlo. He barely want her on the stage when she a friend. He sent her way at the end or
Oh.
in the middle of some other people.
Come on, Tawana, throw your shade.
Okay, honey.
I I just said, and I don't think that Marlo should have told Kenya that she couldn't participate if she didn't stay in the house. Marlo is so unpredictable. I would not want to stay in the house with my child and that woman either. So I do not blame Kenya for not wanting to stay in the house. And that's all I have to say.
All right, Tamani, it was nice listening to you. Have a great
You
day.
too.
Thank you,
Bye.
Tawana.
All right.
Bye.
Okay. And our last caller is, I guess we have, yeah, well, last caller is going to be Miss Lovable Lisa.
Oh,
Hi
What's going on, Lisa?
there. Hey there, y'all. How y'all guys doing on this
We doing good today. How you doing this
Monday?
lovely Monday?
Yes, I'm kind of sad, but I'm gonna say this before I get started. Happy birthday, Mama, from him to my mouth to heaven. Okay, I want to
oh,
say happy birthday
Happy
to my
Oh,
birthday.
mama.
okay.
Birthday.
Yeah, she
Happy
turned seven.
birthday.
If she was a man alive, she would have turned 79 today.
All
okay.
Okay.
right.
Happy
Yeah,
birthday to
but
her.
anyhow, let's get started.
Oh,
Let me tell you like this right here. Uh, I can say Milo. I'm over her and King fight.
Me
I'm really,
too.
am. I'm really over. Draw a bridge, get over the bridge, do whatever y'all need to do. I am so tired of y'all. Y'all, it's time me out, child. Okay. Now I can definitely say Marlo know how to treat people, girl. I like them cars he was driving in. Them cars was very nicely. And I don't blame Candace and June and the other girl, the other chick. No, I gotta eat my food, baby doll. Okay. I gotta eat my
Yes,
food.
Lisa.
Okay.
Okay.
Baby, when I'm on the bus, I make sure I have my food with me. Okay, you cannot tell me nothing. Okay, that's why I sit at the table at the mega bus. So I can sit there and eat my food while I'm driving down while the bus driving. Now I'm gonna tell you like this right here. And then another thing is I can say, like I said before, I like the house. I like, but Marlo so shaded them damn candles. That shit was so shady. I like it. And she'll wait put her hand up for her candle.
Oh, wait a
That would
minute.
trip me out. That would trip me out. She said, "Oh, that's my candle." I'm like, "Girl, why would you claim something like that?" I would not claim nothing like that.
all of them was shady, to be honest. They all had a bit of shade.
Yeah, all of them
All of
had shade, but it was good though. But that would really trip me out about that. That was real funny to me. Why you put your hand up? Her and Drew both that kept putting their hand, and Drew kept putting her hand up for every candle. I'm like, what? That was funny to me. Now the part that we came is with Marlo, they sitting down to dinner and everything. It was like nice, nasty, but I agree with Marlo and Kenya both because I'm like King, because I'm most like King. Like when she said, I don't need that kind of toxicity in my life. Sometimes you gotta cut those people out. I agree with her on that. Then when Marlo started talking, Marlo said, "Look here, we both are being abandoned. We both got insecurity issues. We both have family drama and everything like that." Then I said, "Wow." I'm like, "Dang, girl, you know how to do it like that." And I was thinking about that's why she hold on to Brooklyn so much like she do, because she want to make sure Brooklyn come up in a loving home. Because I'm liking, girl, every time y'all have a trip, you got to bring your daughter. Come on, man. You had to bring your door, but I have to go back. No, when Marlo had started back talking, I understand what the problem is. Like she said, both of them have had problems in their past and had abandonment issues. You know, Marlo mama was used to be an addict and abandoned them through the foster care system and all that right thing. You know, by Kenya mother didn't want her, so I can understand both of them side. And what really got me at the end, Marlo told that bitch, "Look at him, helper. If you don't participate in this stuff, you can't. If you don't stay in the house, you can't participate in none. You pack you and your child shit up. Y'all head back to Atlanta because you ain't been be part of my trip." And then the boogie,
Okay.
and she said, "Yeah, you know what? Can you look at us? So I want to see this ever gonna move inside this house." This is what I want to see next week. Cause that was the end of my end right there. I liked it. I like she said she put it to she said, "Girl, you and your child can both go back to Atlanta. I don't need y'all on that trip. You're not gonna participate. And you're not gonna participate and live in the house." And you know what? She really got a point though. You know what I'm saying? It's her house, it's her money. She paid for the trip. Get your ass on back to where you got came
Bravo's money, child.
from.
You know that.
You know what?
Okay, Lisa, we gotta let you go. Okay.
Okay, love
Thanks,
y'all.
Love you
Lisa.
too.
Love you too. Bye bye.
Okay.
And tomorrow you doing Married to Madison?
Yeah, Married to Medicine tomorrow.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
Make
I
sure you
just watched
watch
the
it,
second
Lisa. I'm on
episode.
there
I just
and
watched the second
Jasmine.
episode. I ain't watched the
I gotta
first one.
watch it
I watched the
myself.
second episode though.
Me too.
It's
Okay.
pretty good.
We'll can't wait to see you then, Lisa. You better be in the comments, okay?
Baby, I ain't got time to come.
Jack, that's not for the comments.
No
Okay, okay,
Girl.
okay. Yeah, it's funny. We had another caller, but it's somebody named Ashley, but I can't add you in because you haven't connected your device. So I don't think I'm able to let you in. Unfortunately, it's you didn't connect your hey Ashley.
Hi.
What's going on?
This is
I was
my
like, I
first
can
time.
let you in to do it, but
Hey
it now
Ashley.
what's going on? What's your thoughts? This your first time calling in?
Yes, this is not my first time watching though. I've watched a few others, but I was like,
Okay.
let me subscribe because I love this podcast.
Okay.
Thank you.
So
I
first,
don't recognize this name. So let me let her in. We got a new caller in. So what's going on?
so first I wanted to talk about Marlo and the auntie stuff.
Uh-huh.
I'm an auntie and I just could not. But I want to start off with talking about how I feel like she's just throwing her family under the bus. And knowing that she getting paid for all this, it's seeming like she profiting off of the characteristics like that underrepresented people are normally discriminated against for. So like for example, being black, it's like she representing this whole thing is like it's okay for her to act like this because she's going through this, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
So when she was doing all that with Kenya at the table, I was like, I don't know how real this is. But on the flip side, I feel like Kenya is low key utilizing her like OG privilege on the show because she just come in whenever she wants to, and she know at the end of the day because she been there longer, Marlo is always gonna look bitter. And with Marlo, in that sense, she's always begging for Kenya to identify with her. But Kenya just won't do it. Cause she's like, yeah, I've been through this, but I'm not a victim anymore. You know, she went and knocked on her mama door. Her mama didn't answer. That was probably the day she chose, I'm not gonna keep identifying with this.
Mm-hmm.
But this is how I knew it was really deeper than what it's looking like on the show because everybody was silent. So I felt like the tension was so
Mm-hmm.
thick in that room that people was like, this is beyond
Mm-hmm.
that. And I feel like that's the one thing that you could say for the Real Housewives of Atlanta is it's a lot of real women on that show
Yeah.
because they know that going and adding to that would have been so wrong out beyond the cameras. On other shows, you know how they like to portray Real Housewives of Atlanta as like fighting and the worst girls, but no, they really let that moment, But yeah,
Agree.
and then on top of that last thought, it kind of made me question Candy's reasoning for not telling Marlo because I wanted to like be like, Candy, why you do that? But a small part of me, and I don't know how big this part is, but a small part of me feels like Candy wanted to put them in a position to talk without having to get a chance to doubt what was going to happen.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay.
And so that's all I had to add, y'all.
No,
It was
I
nice
think those
talking
some
to
very
y'all.
valid
Me
points.
too. I
Actually,
loved
both
her point of
sides. You
view.
gotta call in more often. I ain't shading the other callers. I'm just saying we like to hear from new voices, new perspectives. So it's always good. But I didn't even think about that, especially when you said about she's already kind of went through that or whatever, and she used the OG status.
Mm-hmm.
I do agree with that a little bit in the sense that she's kind of pulling that card. And but I do feel like Marlo kind of got her this time. That's just me.
Yep, she did.
She got
I'll
her.
be honest.
She got it. Even OG or not, sorry, Kenya, you got. But you want to talk to me? Okay, well, thank you for calling. Okay, Ashley.
Thank
No
you.
problem. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay, I'm glad I let her come on in. Ashley,
Ooh,
that was some gems in that child.
because
Yeah.
I
we
love
we
a
didn't
few
say
gems.
think about maybe Candy was like kind of
Trying
putting
to
her
get them to
spot.
talk.
Yeah.
Trying to
I do.
force
That's
them to
what I
talk what
said.
I actually.
You said what? My bad.
I was saying she was trying to force them to talk what I actually happened to get in the middle of it.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I said like, are we still watching the Real Housewives of Atlanta? Because it seemed like it was a very deep
Yeah.
conversation. If you read some of the comments, there's some people like watching the show. People's like they gave me chills. He ain't give me chills, but I was definitely like, you know how you used to watch the stories back in the '90s, and you'd be like,
Yeah, I
I was
still watch them to
into it,
this day,
and I
honey.
watched it twice,
Yeah,
so that tells you something.
yeah.
Okay, any final thoughts? Will we lean out?
For me, this was episode 10. So we know that they are getting ready to go, after this, they're getting ready to go to Jamaica, which means it
Yeah.
comes in the season. I'm glad that they didn't stretch it out to no damn 22 or 23 episodes. So I'm ready to, kind of keep it and keep it pushing and keep it moving. I would say this, going back right quick to Sonya and her iFit thing, it does make sense for Sonya and her husband to do something that involves working out. Like, to me, that makes so much sense. Like, Sheree should have did it years ago, but that's all I got.
Okay. Final thoughts, Jasmine?
No. I'm good.
That's fine.
I'm okay. I'm well out, y'all.
Anything final before we lay down?
No, I don't have nothing to say. I'm just ready to see next week. I just want to know where Drew got the dog treat from. That's all I want to know.
They got from Dollar Store. That was a little cheap dog bone. They got them at Dollar Store.
I hope Drew doesn't tick down for me next week.
The last time she brought a prop, I was mad as hell. So
it was so bad.
Lord. So on that note, we're gonna go ahead and lean out. Make sure y'all like this video. Thank y'all for watching tonight. And thank you to our caller Ashley, Lisa, and
Tawana.
You said what? Yeah, and then Tawana for calling in today. I had a little hairball in there. And before we leave, I want to highlight this one comment that I thought was hilarious. I'm gonna call it the comment of the day. It was from David, who has been very shady in the comments in general, but I love it. He says, "How hard is it to put tap water in the bottle and put it on the shelf?" He was referring to Kenya more hair care.
So bad.
Y'all acting like Drew. Y'all have a good night tonight, y'all, and we'll see y'all.
Good night.
Medicine, okay? Good night, y'all.